He's the shooter from the Northern Territory who had his guns confiscated after he went to help his neighbour who had been stabbed. Ron was the hero, but police hit him with 5 charges. 3 charges were dropped and he was found not guilty of a 4th. He was found guilty of a 5th charge for carrying a weapon in public, but got off with a good behaviour bond. Importantly, the magistrate found that Ron's actions were not disproportionate nor unreasonable under the circumstances, and ordered police to return his licence and guns back to him. It was a major win for common sense in what was a clear case of self-defence. It was also a big story for us, with our article shared on social media over 1,000 times and seen by over 250,000 people. But it's not over. A few weeks ago, when Ron was interstate, Northern Territory plainclothes and uniform police raided Ron's house with the support of the drug squad. While the paperwork explaining why this happened is almost non-existent, it would seem the Northern Territory Police were unhappy with the outcome of the court case and decided to seize Ron's guns because he was found guilty on 1 charge. This was despite the fact the court had already dealt with the matter and described Ron's actions as proportionate. The officer leading the raid first went to Ron's workplace, then to his house, where she had no response to a knock on the door. She called Ron, saying she had paperwork for him, and demanded he come to the front door. Ron politely replied that he was some 1,500 kilometres away in Adelaide. She then accused him of lying and said she knew he was in there and that he was watching her on his security cameras. She said Ron was making this really difficult before hanging up on him. Unhappy, the police went back to Ron's workplace and Ron's boss went to Ron's house with a key to let them in. When Ron's boss arrived, the drug squad was already there, armed with a search warrant. While details are sketchy, it seems the police first on the scene looked through the windows of Ron's house and saw part of an off-the-shelf chemistry set. That's because Ron has an interest in chemistry and has applied to do a degree in chemistry in Adelaide, and that is why he was in Adelaide at the time. To be clear, Ron's hobby didn't involve anything illegal. Among his experiments has been the extraction of caffeine from tea and coffee, acetone from vinegar, and other extractions from common household products. We understand the items that police seized were items they believe were precursors to making methamphetamines, when in fact they include vinegar and even chili oil. We understand the police will either do some presumptive testing of the items in Darwin or conduct more extensive testing, which could take some months. It was during this time the senior constable called Ron again, demanding to know where the keys to his gun safe were. Ron said they were with him in Adelaide. This resulted in the police pulling out their drills to get his guns, or at least they tried to, until Ron's lawyer, John Bortoli, stepped in to stop them continuing because the police had failed to follow the correct process. On legal advice, we haven't been able to bring this story to you until now. However, the good news is that Ron is back in town and his guns have been moved to a dealer for safekeeping. He also hasn't been charged with anything. The NSC stood by Ron before and will do it again. We've already re-engaged John Bortoli as his lawyer and are working hard to see if we can have this addressed through whatever means may be possible. We need to send a powerful message to the Northern Territory Police not to interfere with a shooter who has done nothing wrong. So we're starting a new fighting fund to help Ron out. Check out our website for more information and stay tuned to NSCTV as we get ready to do what we can to help Ron again.